Hello. Hi. You're already here. I'm typing. Oh my how do I move this? So annoying. How do I move this? Like the emojis are in the way. I don't need you there. Go away. Oh well. Hi. How have you been? You can be with me while I announce this on Instagram. So let me announce on the Instagram. How are you? You've been through a lot. Hi, Ashley. Ashley Baker. You're going to buy a reading? Okay. You've been through a lot? I'm so sorry. Let me tell everybody I'm on. Hi, everybody. I'm live on YouTube. Come see me. Come see me. Right, Arcane? Right, Ashley? Come see me on YouTube now. 7:40 p.m. PST, August 15th? Yes. I feel like I look like a lady who's about to go have drinks at the piano bar. That's what I feel like right now. I feel right. Doesn't my hair look like this? Like I'm like gonna go sing. Fly me to the moon. Let it in among the stars. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to Adela's nightclub. How's everybody doing? Please tip your waiters. That's how I feel like my hair. Okay, so I made my hair. People who have natural curly hair will relate. I did curls in my hair. When I mean I did curls, I just take my finger and do the ringlets, okay? Then I hate this part right now. It's irritating me. Then I let it sit and I was like, no, I hate it. So then I took big curlers, hot curlers, and rolled it to stretch. Hope you're doing okay. Thank you, Blueberry. To stretch the curl out, right? To straighten. If you know, you know. Okay, that's all I'm saying. If you know, you know. Big curlers stretch out. Hi, Eric. You know what I mean? So now I have this hair like this that has this kind of wave thing going. And I feel like I look like, fencing meeting you here, Eric. Hello, fancy. Did you send me an email? Wait, I have an email I have to get to on the House Medium. Oh, I'm sorry. Sebastian. I see you got a reading. Who's that from? Yes, and I'm getting to it, Insight Inspired. Don't worry. I didn't forget you. Um, I have a new setup, so now I'm like, where did I do with all my things? Yes, I finally did. Yes, I am going to be contacting you. I just have a few people I had to get to. Okay, here's my new setup. I'm going to type a whole paragraph. Don't type a whole paragraph. These are little mini readings. I can't answer a million questions. Mini readings. So only one question. Keep it, simple. You see what I mean? Because I can't, these aren't like to answer a whole bunch of questions or major life changes. Just saying, just reminding people. They're like mini readings, quick question. Oops, sorry. Did I make a lot of noise? So yeah. Hold on. Okay. Sorry that I was I opened up, somebody was taking pictures. Okay. So anyway, so now my hair looks like this. Doesn't it look like, don't I look like I'm gonna go sing at a lounge? Um, like piano bar? Tell me. Maybe it's like a sophisticated look, but it's just not really my style. I don't like these. Anyway, you need one of your fancy I have it. I have it. Always handy. Then I start singing. Fly me to the moon. Let me sing amongst the stars. That's what I feel like. Hello, everyone. My name's AdelaLavine. I'm here to entertain you while you have a little drinks. Don't forget to tap your bartender. Your bartender. Grab yourself a little whiskey on the rocks and let's get this show on the road. Okay, ready? And so I'm saying to like start the music. That's what I feel like this looks like. Oh, hello. Well, except for the earrings. The skull earrings doesn't quite match. I need like little drop pearl or something. And I start singing, hello, everybody. Welcome. Welcome. Come a little closer. We're going to go back to a simpler time when things were a little bit spicy, but simple spicy in the 50s. Like whatever corny jokes they say. That's what I'm feeling. Okay. Any anyway, did you all happen to catch my latest you have a radio personality voice? Mm, really? You know what they say about people who have a radio voice? First of all, second of all, I have a podcast. So I am doing that in a sense. Okay, wanted to the earthquake live. Yes, that's what I was going to say. What do you say? What do you say about them? A lot of people will say, I have a face for radio. That's what a lot of radio people say back in the day, back when radio was a thing. Okay, here's my question. Why haven't you sent me your question, Sebastian? Why are you blueberry berry? Okay, I'm waiting for your question, not a paragraph, a question. Yes, my latest episode, I was filming it and an earthquake happened. And if you follow my Patreon, I did imply what the energy was going to be like that day. Now, I do feel the energy across the globe more. So it wasn't just, you know, it wasn't just, it wasn't just here, but it was really weird how we're filming it. And I just got done saying to Victoria, oh, there's always something weird happening with me and her. Yeah, you go ahead and you ask one question. These are little mini readings, Arcane. You know that, Sebastian, aka Arcane. They're not like full blown readings. So you just send in a question you have, try to keep it, brief and to the point, and I will answer it for you. Um, but yes, there's always something weird that happens whenever I have her on. There's always some kind of weird technical difficulty, some kind of weird. So we just got done saying, oh, something weird always happens when you come on, right? And she's like, yeah. And then, sure, lo and behold, the earthquake like happens. So yeah, that was a thing. So if you listen to the latest episode, it's called the butt pitching poltergeist. What is the word? Why can't I say it? What am I trying to say? What am I trying to say? It's like the word. You ever had that happen where the word just kind of freezes up in your head? Hi, Nicolette. Poltergeist. There you go. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Give me a second. I'm trying to go find a question. What do you mean go find a question? You said you had a question. Hi, Nicolette. I hope you don't get scared off by us having an earthquake here. It was very minor. Very minor. Matter of fact, most people didn't even know we had it. I only happened to know because I was sitting in this chair that swivels, right? And this table shakes pretty easily. And that's the only reason why I knew. Matter of fact, the people downstairs felt it a little bit. Are aliens coming in 2027? No, I meant a question about you, Arcane. A question for you. I'm not predicting aliens in 2027. Oh no, was it your first earthquake, Nicolette? No, she might be moving here. I don't know, but you know who does. Well, hurricanes are much worse and more often every year. Earthquakes come every could come every 5 years and they'll be for 2 seconds. So I don't know why people always say this stuff because hurricanes and tornadoes happen every year and sometimes more than once. When earthquakes happen for like 2 seconds once in a while, like maybe every 5 to 10 years. Don't say might move. I'm coming. Well, I'm waiting. When you do you feel like the next person of interest will come? Okay, yes, this is more of a question for you. That's better. Well, I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting, Nicolette. I don't have a watch, but TikTok. It's already August. Okay. I feel like the next person, I was on the 19th floor. I was terrified. Oh, Tanaya, that's because you were on the 19th floor and you're near Pasadena. But it was a small one. I'm coming, don't worry. Good. Okay, I feel like Sebastian Blueberry Berry. I feel like you have to realize that when it comes to love, nobody comes to you. It's not like you just sit there and it just happens to you. You have to participate in your future. Everyone has to know this. When it comes to your future, you have to be an active participant in your future. So it really also depends on the things you're learning and the things you're going through. And what you're doing. And my feeling for you right now, it's not a good time. You need to take a break from that and focus on your own life. It's not a good time to get involved with anybody right now. This is the worst time for you. It's just a distraction. You're not going into it in a clear mind, trying to really actually, actually really be sound and ready for it. It feels like you're using it as a way to kind of escape things in your life. So this isn't a good time. I hope you're coming, Nicolette. So yeah, I feel like you need to take a little more focus on your own life and the things going on in it. Okay? You understand? Do you hear me? The thing about love, everyone, is that you can't use love and relationships. People think that they're separate. Like, let's say your work life. You're like, my work life is kind of a mess, but what about my love life? Or my love life is kind of a mess. What about my work life? All of these things are connected. And this is how it works. If there's something you are not learning and focusing on your work life and things are going awry, then it affects your love life and vice versa. So we need to be mindful of that. Do we want to hear? I forgot I was going to I'll bring them next time. Bring my oracle cards too. But let's see what Zoltar has to say. Hello, Zoltar.
Hear your fortune from Zoltar. Dream as if you'll live forever. Live as if you'll die today. That's right, you must live your days as if they were your last. Because one day they will be. You know what I mean.
Live your life. Live your life. Do things for your life. Okay? Thanks, Zoltar. Thank you, Zoltar. I feel like Arcane is very young, aka Blueberry. This was that was for Blueberry. And Blueberry doesn't know the power of Zoltar because he's like 19, I think. 20? Are you 20? Maybe you're 20 now? So I know you never saw the movie Big, which a lot of people are familiar with Zoltar from there. 21? Okay, wow. Okay, happy birthday. I feel like I'm saying happy birthday because I might have missed some. Oh, Eric, I just saw you. Sorry about that. I got you, Eric. Happy birthday. Sorry about that. If I didn't see anything come up. That's so bizarre. Okay, Eric, what can I do for you? I'm going to take this downstairs, that downstairs. You're welcome. I know you want a medium reading, Eric? Who would you like me to connect you with? I would like to connect with my grandfather. I don't need a name. I really, names don't have a connection. What side of the family? Father, mother side. Here's the thing, the reason why I want everyone to know why I never ask for names. Yes, names help validate for you here, but as far as feeling someone and connecting to them, names are not important and they're not even used in that world. Nobody uses names in the other side. They recognize each other by energy. So I'm usually asking what side of the family because I want to more connect to the energy of that person, and that energy runs on that side of the family. But a other reason is because people can look stuff up about you and see the name of the person, and I always want to be clear that I'm not doing anything like that. So if you just say what side of the family, it's just to clarify that I'm really trying to tune in. But most importantly, names just don't carry energy in that realm. Just letting everyone know. No one cares about names on the other side. I always see names here as like one, two, like numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. And then if you have a weird name like mine, I might be 4, 10, 12. And it's like, you have a weird name. And I'm like, yeah, I have a weird name. But it it's not who you are. So it's really funny that we care here about names because there's like a million Toms, you know what I mean? It's just interesting. So I always connect, even in my intuitive readings, to the energy of somebody. Okay, so father side, grandfather. But I do like the fact his name is Leo, as I am a Leo. Just saying, as pure, as true to form, I made it about me. Your grandfather's like, nobody asked you, and hello, let me talk to my grandson. All right, here we go. Hi, Rose. Okay, let's talk to your grandfather on your father's side. Okay, here we go. The first thing I hear him say is that he's having a good time there. It's nothing what he expected it to be. He's saying that he did believe in kind of more the traditional religious aspect of death. He's saying that he did know he was going to pass. He was prepared for it. He even says it hi Zachary. He even says it was like a long time coming, and he kind of felt like he was pushing his luck when it comes to his health. He says his health went through ups and downs, ups and downs. The main thing he kind of shows me is the getting around part was very difficult. He had a very hard time in his lower back. I want to say it's almost like in the area where your kidneys are. I'm not saying it's his kidneys, but it's the lower back for sure. He keeps saying something about having pain. He said he wants you to know, and I have to remind people, please talk back to me because I just feel like I'm talking to myself. So I kind of need to know if this makes sense in real time. Oh, yeah, that checks. Okay. And if you can explain what that means, because I'm not really trying to make sense of it, I'm just conveying. He also says, oh, and I got a smell for cologne. He had health problems, but what about the lower back? Do you know anything about that? He's talking about the smell. He tries to put out to kind of let people know when he's around through smell. I felt like all of a sudden I smelled like cologne. Do you know what that means? Who is this? Diabetes, overeating. Did he have kidney problems? Oh, that might be his kidney problems from diabetes. Somebody sent me something, but I don't know who it is. It's just CAC. Let me know who you are. Yes, okay. I don't know who that is, so let me know for an intuitive reading. Yeah, so he's saying because he had so many problems, he got almost tired of having to deal with it. Oh, thank you, Melian. Melian? Melian? I'm just going to put Melian. All right, I got you on the list. So the other thing is that he's really, really, really kind of surprised about the way things are because he did believe things in a traditional way. You know what I mean? So he had more of traditional understanding of how death works and the other side works. He wants to thank you. He wants to tell you that he felt like he didn't understand you when he was alive. And again, if you could just kind of shout back to me anything that helped me to make sense about this, if this makes sense to you. He says he didn't understand you when he was alive, and he feels bad about that because he felt like um well, he definitely understands you a lot better now, but he felt like you kind of had a hard time with the family. That makes sense. I was an odd kid. He says that it kind of made things hard for you, but he wants to encourage you to do something he never really did, which was to be yourself and live in your own life. Lastly, he keeps talking about fields. He keeps showing me like fields. Um saying the people he came from had to work very hard. Yeah, fields. Like it kind of reminds me of like when you grow stuff or farm stuff. He's showing me him as a child, saying that where he came from, people had to work very hard. So what he's learned since then, it's like he never took life. He took life too seriously. So his advice to you is to not take life too seriously. And he keeps talking about, oh yes, now it makes sense. Okay, can you tell us, please? And he's talking about the month of April going into May and putting fireworks around it and talking about this being a celebration. While you answer us, I'm going to get some chocolate coffee beans. I need one. They really do work. It's like magic. Chocolate and coffee. Who would figure? He lived in Montana, had many different jobs. Okay. And the month of April going into May. He's going to end it with this, that his advice to you is to make sure. I didn't get to know about his childhood. Okay. He says his advice to you, but I think the fields could be about Montana, but I don't know. I don't think so. His advice to you is not to take things so seriously and not to work as hard and to live more and not to feel pressure to connect with the family. Okay? I like that. Because he was very big into family. I got you, Lorena, when he was alive. You're welcome. Thank you, Eric. Should we see do you mind if we see what Zoltar has to say? I wonder if it will match.
Hear your fortune from Zoltar. Sometimes you can tell a wise person not only by what he says, but also by what he doesn't say. Remember, it is much better to say little than to say too much and regret it later.
Okay, we've heard him say too little than to say too much, then regret it later. Huh. I don't know if that's fitting, except for the only thing that comes to me is your family. He seems to be really big about your family. So we need to talk more, out to party more, to take him out to party more. He's saying, I don't know, this kind of fits him saying that you don't have to deal with your family, maybe not talk to your family as much. I don't know. Sometimes I am definitely getting another one of these type of things, so we will have variety other than Zoltar. Okay, sorry. Melian, am I saying it wrong? I'm saying it wrong, I know. Melon? Huh, yeah, on certain things. He's definitely trying to push you away from having to deal with your family. Seems to be the MO here. It's like meh lion. Okay, Melian. Oh, I like that. Well, we're getting a lot of lion stuff, and I'm a Leo. That's okay. Love him from afar. Exactly. I just because you spelled lion, Melian. I like that. Okay, what question do you have? I'm a moon in Leo. Nice. My moon's in Pisces. What's your question, Melian? Also moon in Leo. Okay. Is it quite the same as a sun in Leo? Yeah, you're probably much more chill. What's your question, Melian? Just hopped on. There's still time for a reading? Yes. Moon and Pisces makes sense. Oh my God, that's so cool. And I wanted to know, do you see me having a baby next year? Also, my rising is Leo. Ooh. Yes, there's still time, Rose. And yes, there's still time, Fontaine. Um, do you know my rising? Yes, my rising is Gemini. Okay, Melian. Here's the thing. When it comes to babies, I can't predict you getting pregnant. It's not like that. Everyone has Leo placements. Wow. I can see I can see the spirit of a baby, and I'll explain, but I need to know something from you first. Are you trying this year? Are you planning to try next year? Like, where are you at in the process? Are you having a hard time? These are things I need to know because then I can look at certain things. And I'll explain because when you're trying to have a baby, learning to connect to the spirit of the baby is also important. And you can connect to the spirit of the baby beforehand. My feeling, I'm going to tell you what I see, and I do see something quickly, but I want to really make sure. Are you trying to wait to next year for some reason? Are you trying to plan it for next year? Are all bets off and you're like, whatever happens, happens? We're just rolling the dice type of thing? Where are you at in this process? I do see a little boy, and I see you so happy. Like, I see this little boy. He's very, very like, I want to say like the one that brings the energy, you know what I mean? Kind of brings the humor, brings the light, brings the joy. But I don't want to go further with this until you get answer these questions. Okay? Where'd you go, my lion? I got you, Fontaine. Curious, how do you know you can connect with the spirit of a baby? I'm fertile. I don't have issues with that. Okay, I didn't think so. But here's what's important. Are you allowing to happen, like whatever happens, happens? Is that where we're at? I got you, Fontaine. Because I feel like when I see the spirit of the baby, and I'll explain that after Isabel, when I see the spirit of the baby, it's very close to you, like very close. So that's why I'm feeling like, are you trying right now? So when I see the spirit of the baby, I'll see like if I see them kind of what I call the balcony, then it's kind of a ways from now. Like they're not trying to get in, but you can also you don't have to have a baby. You don't have to say yes to the baby. You don't have to accept that spirit of the baby. Okay? But when I see the baby very close to you, this is my long way of answering your question because I'm being very careful because I'm waiting for you to answer me, which is I feel like it will be sooner than next year. If you mean 2025, yes. If you mean like literally a year from now, I do want a baby, and yes, I do. I talk to the spirit. I see a little boy. The little boy is so damn cute. But what's more important, he just has like a bright energy. And I feel like he's coming into your life to make sure for you to lighten up, like for to bring light, to kind of bring levity, to kind of lighten your energy. He's very fun and playful and full of energy and friendly. So I feel like this is very close around you. So my point is if you're trying now, it is definitely going to happen quicker than you think. And let me tell you something, when it comes to baby stuff, when I do it in this way, not just like yes or no, am I going to get pregnant and stuff? Okay, okay, oh my God, I'll admit it. I'm pregnant, but the father is pursuing me. Don't fuck with me. Don't fuck with me. Did I not say I see it right there? I'm like, this is gonna happen like like now. You don't need to you're not dampening the moon. You got it, girl. Oh my God. See? I told you. I have a track record with this. I have a really good track record. I see a little boy. You want to have that baby. And maybe you shouldn't be dealing with that guy. I just feel like you're already connected. I feel like I'm missing someone. Did someone? Oh, on a heat. I got you on a heat. Yes. So you are already connecting. So I have Lorena and Fontaine and Anahit. If I'm missing anyone, let me know. I told you. I see this little boy's trying to come in. Is this your first one? So this is a longer reading, but for this little reading that I see, because I want to be gentle with it, I saw a little boy. I was like, I don't see a year. I feel like this is happening right now. Hello, everybody. Yes, I feel like when I see you look very happy because he's just a joy. I feel like he's like, it'll be okay. That's the type of kid, when you're like stressed and where he's like, it'll be okay, mom. It'll be okay. It's gonna be okay. And I don't want to put pressure on you because you have every right to not have the baby if you don't want to. But I don't get the feeling you don't want to. So that's my read on it. Okay. I hope that helped. It's in the description, Rose. It's my name. It's my email, but it's in the description in the link tree. I even have a link for you. If you look in the description, we're not gonna go with Zoltar, okay? Because it's too serious of a subject. I don't want to confuse you. Okay. Okay. So everybody wants. If you want to know, how do you see the spirit of the baby? How do you see the spirit of the baby? Yes. So, see, she asked me, she's like, am I having it next year? I'm like, I see this happening before. I'm assuming the father won't be around, But that might be a question for a later time. Thank you, Dayla. I'll tell you what their gender is when I find out. Yes. Tell me, and you can even email. You can even email me. Rose, it's much easier because you can just go to my Instagram and just go to my link tree. It's easier for you. Just go to my Instagram, AdelaLavine, and it'll be in my link tree. Because it's my email, but I think that will probably be longer. I just trying to give you a quicker, easier, less stressful way. Yes, and you can always get like a longer reading if you want something, because this is kind of a serious subject. But so how do you connect with the spirit of the baby? You talk to the spirit of the baby, which she's already doing. Rose, you have to close the chat and press more on the description, and it'll show you the link. If you talk, you just start talking to the spirit of the baby. So whenever you want to have a baby, and you're only focused on the mechanics of creating the baby, like the avatar body, that's all you're focusing on. You're missing a big part where you're forgetting to connect to the spirit of the baby. Yes, right next to where it shows the time. Yeah, and then okay. So talk to the spirit and welcome them before getting pregnant. If you connect to the spirit of the baby, it helps because some babies' spirits, especially the more conscious person you are, the more spiritually conscious person you are, they're kind of picky. They're kind of like, I don't know. I want to connect. I did talk to the baby a month before, and I told him how much I can't wait to see. Right. And keep talking to the baby because you'll start getting senses. You may even get visions, and you may even get dreams, and you might start to see because babies live in between the worlds until they're born. And then they come through the portal of the mother and they slam into their bodies. And that's why when they're born, this is what they always show me. It's like they're like, oh my God. That's why they're crying. They're like, I'm here. Oh, what are these? What is this? Where am I? Okay. Lorena, what's your question? Can't wait to hear update. Mill Lion. I just want to know if I'll be able to make it in the beauty industry and work towards financial stability because I've been stressing if I'll be any good at making it and stressing about bills. We'll definitely update you. Okay, I cannot wait. And if I'm right, you got to email me a picture. I have had people do that before. Here's my feeling, Lorena. I don't ever see this being a problem. You've asked this question before, and I understand you have a valid concern. It's a lot of stress to go into an industry as such as that. But I feel like what's really holding you back is you're overthinking and overthinking and overthinking and okay, of course. Aw. He kind of looks like a doll. Just saying. Anyway, moving on. I feel like you're overthinking, and overthinking is the biggest problem. Like you analyze everything you do. I'm an overthinking. It's hard for me to ground myself. Yeah. I feel like what you do is normally, when you're in the line, when you're doing the work, when you're doing this work that you're pursuing, you're right on target, you're right in the pocket, you're feeling it, you're doing well. But as soon as you start thinking of all these other things you think you should have, would have, could have done, you kind of knock yourself out of the park. You know what I mean? You knock yourself out of it. So my sense is that you have to almost kind of go with the flow with everything a little bit more. I feel like because if you keep having this type of stress, you're going to kind of clog opportunity, and it also makes people kind of feel thank you for your insights. It makes you'll turn people off, because you're going to be working with people, right? I got you, Rose. Do you see what I mean? Definitely, I'm worried about really getting started. Yeah, you're getting worried before you even started. You know what I mean? Like you're actually trying to like get yourself down that path now that I finished school. Yeah. Now that you finished school, you got to kind of focus on, you don't want to have an energy of desperation or an energy of like, oh my God, I'm not going to be able to do this like right off the bat. That could be like that turns people off, and it will actually kind of make you doubt yourself all along the way. This is a terrible way to start in your career. This is not the way you want to begin your career. So I feel like you got to like get back to the fun of it. You got to remember why you fell in love with this in the first place and get back to what has been fun about this for you. And that's how you'll actually find the right places that you want to go. Hi, Emily. Should I start off at a salon or chain? The stupid emojis is covering or a chain. I feel like either one. Honestly, I feel like you shouldn't worry. Like you're kind of putting a lot ahead. Like either one is getting you on the path. You just need to start somewhere. You're not going to be there forever. It doesn't matter. Like you're putting so much into this, like wherever you start is going to like launch your career. That you have a ways to go to start building yourself. So whichever you can get in and whichever you can get your feet wet and get going. And that's what I mean by you're overthinking it. Because it's not like you're acting like wherever you start is going to, trash your career in some way. It will not. It's not going to make a difference. What's making a difference is you just got to get in there and start. Right? Thank you. I just need to go with it then. Yes. Thank you. Finally. Hi, Emily. Let's hear what Zoltar. This one we can ask Zoltar. Zoltar, what you got for our girl, Lorena? And make it good. Damn it. Don't be giving us some bullshit.
Hear your fortune from Zoltar. Sometimes you can tell a wise person not only by what he says, but also by what he doesn't say.
Didn't he say that already?
Remember, it is much better to say little than to say too much and regret it later.
Zoltar was absolutely zero help. So he's going to have to sit on punishment. But but let's see which one. Pick which one. Top, right, middle, left. And in the meantime, Fontaine, you can go ahead and write your question. Which one? This one, this one, this one. Right, right, middle, left. Left, bottom. Okay. Oops. This one. Wait, is that what? I'm going on my left. This one. Okay, here we go.
Age is simply a matter of mind. If you don't mind, then my friend, it doesn't matter.
Useless. Useless. Totally useless help. Okay, Zoltar. You sucked. Okay. I'm looking to leave my job on workers' comp disability now from hand injuries. I want a new job, but I'm not sure. You're welcome, Lorena. I'm not sure what type of job to switch to. Can you tell me when you see me leaving my current job? Okay, I'm looking to leave my job on workers' comp disability now from my hand injuries. I want a new job, but I'm not sure what type of job to switch to. Can you tell me when you? Okay. you're kind of asking a question that you have like power to like do. So I'm kind of confused because you can decide when to leave your job. It's not like I feel like you're more asking when you should leave your job is because obviously you can make that choice. It's not like it's going to happen to you. You're the one choosing when to leave your job. So I think you're really asking when you should leave your job. And my sense is that it should be happening almost ASAP. The numbers I get in my head is 2 to 3 months. So I feel like this has to happen now and definitely before October, November. Or I should say, this is August, September, before November. It does feel like you've been pushing it too long and you're procrastinating and it's more out of comfort. So obviously, when you leave your job is solely squared on you. You're the one that has control over when you're going to leave your job. It's not like I'm telling you something like it's just going to happen to you. So, my sense is like it needs to happen the next 2, 3 months. And so you have to start looking at where you want to go. Are you there? Is this mic on? No one's saying anything back, so I don't know if it makes any sense. Does it resonate? Does it not? Or do you have, do you know what I'm saying? Did I make sense? Yes, I'm just not sure what I'll do next, so it's hard to know. Well, you have to do something that clearly doesn't require you putting all of, like putting all this thought into it. What I mean by that is you can't, or which makes me feel stuck. Okay. Opposite, not thought into it. You can't do something physical. So you're going to have to do something that's just kind of more having to do with your mind and, solving things in that kind of way. What I mean by solving things is doing work in that kind of way. Like you can't do any labor work or any retail type work. So I feel like you only are going to feel stuck if you're not like telling yourself, I just need to start looking and just think outside the box a little bit. Because if you don't, you're pushing yourself too much. And just let you have time. You have time because I just reread your thing. You can leave your job on disability and then you can start looking for a job. So you have time. So you're just really procrastinating because you have time while you're on disability to start looking and looking for something outside the box. Does that make sense? Do you understand? Like you got to get going. You got to stop procrastinating because honestly, what I foresee and this is what happens a lot when you procrastinate something like this, the universe finds a way of making it happen in a way that's not comfortable. Like all of a sudden your hands are even worse. And now you're like, "Oh shit, now it's even worse. Now I'm in more pain." You know what I mean? And now like I have to be forced to do this, or now I have like more. What I'm foreseeing, to be clear, is that you can create more injury and more problems by procrastinating, more physical problems, and you don't need that. So get her done. You're in a good position. You can get on a disability while you look. Okay, Anahit. Well, you can't be so picky for right now. This is the problem. This is how people get stuck. The way people get stuck is that you think everything's forever. You know what I mean? Not everything's forever. Sometimes you just do something and you just do it for a temporary time while you're looking for something else. This is a problem. This is how people get stuck because you're like, oh, I'm going to do this and this will be my life now. It's not your life. And you can leave and go on disability, didn't you say? You can go on disability. So when you're on disability, you can be looking. But this is a problem in general. People always get stuck in life because people, for somehow, everyone thinks everything is like forever. Like, oh, if I do this, that's it. No, you can do that while you're doing that, but you have to have the inspiration. Can I ask a question for my reading? Yes. Yes. Go ahead, Anahit. While you're asking, we're going to play this for Fontaine so we can kick her in the butt to get going. Zoltar, give us some shit. If you don't give us some good shit right now, I'm going to throw you away. Do it. Let's see if that works.
Hear your fortune from Zoltar. Hard work pays off over time, but laziness, it pays off right now.
It
Heed my advice, young one. Relax and enjoy yourself today. You deserve it.
It worked. He's saying, although he is saying be lazy. Did he say be lazy? Is that was it? It's about damn time, Zoltar, because you're about to be fired. It's okay. I love him. He's my best friend because we're similar. Okay. All right, Zoltar. You did your job. I think he said what I think he said. Okay. Question. He said to be lazy. Okay, let me go real back on quick. Yes, it's true. It's not like I'm telling you you have to work hard. I'm saying to you, like, I'm the one that said to you, go on disability and then look. Did you not remember? I said, go on disability and take your time and look. I said that. I said, go on disability and then just take your time. I mean, I don't think that's being lazy. I mean, we're kind of saying the same thing, although his is a little more stupid. Hi, Kim G. Okay, question. Do babies stay in the in between? I remember this is a question you're asking for your reading, Anahit. Okay. Do babies stay in the in between? I remember last January you said you saw a kid for me, but obviously I'm still single. So that happens. What happens to kids? Do they stay there until they're born? They're not in the in between. No, no, no. I didn't say they're. Oh, before you're reading. Um, I didn't say kids are in the in between. What I said is that when kids are in the womb, they're in the in between. When kids are in that realm, they're in the same realm where we all come from, where we all return. But what I'm saying to you is that they're in that realm. When kids are in the womb, they are floating in between until they're born, and then they're kind of slammed into their body. You understand? Kind of click into their body. I shouldn't say slam. Their spirit snaps into their body once the baby goes through the womb. So people have to just kind of look at it like we're a spirit. All of us are a spirit, and the bodies that we have are like these avatars that are grown and they're created. And the spirit, the avatar is like growing and being created, and the spirit is kind of like able to float in between the worlds when the woman is pregnant. And however you have the baby, it doesn't matter if it's natural, if it's C-section. So all this pressure women have on which way to have a baby is such bullshit. Is still the portal. It's still coming through the mother. And so when the baby comes through the mother, the spirit kind of snaps into the body. And then the baby's like, oh shit, where am I? What the hell's up with these hands? What are these? What is this? And if you see, we're teaching them how to be a human. You ever notice we're actually teaching people how to be a human? We're one of the few species that doesn't seem to come as natural as like like you see a deer born and it like starts standing up and walking around immediately. Anyway, I just went off on the tangent. But what's your question? For my reading, okay, hold on. Let me take care of this. Okay, I'm going to read this. For my reading, I wanted a job reading. I'm applying to private school for a different position that I have now. It pays less, but I want to ask if I can match my current pay. I would also work 1 hour less, but that's fine by me as I've had more time to make art and work on building my art business. I wanted a job reading? I don't understand what you're saying. I'm applying for a private school for a different position. To teach, you mean? You're applying, I mean, I would have something, my bad. Applying for a private school for a different position than I have now. Pays less, but I don't know what you want to know. You're applying for the job and all this stuff. Are you trying to ask me if you're going to get the job? Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're asking? I'm kind of confused what you're asking. As far as the other question goes, when you were saying the person does everyone have a specific babysitter as their child? It's not random. No, it's up to us. We pick who we're going to be born to. We don't know all the story. We don't know the full story. We only have like the clips of like you're going to be this person and this is their personality, and people have a chance to grow and evolve and change, and some people do and some people don't, meaning like children give us a chance to grow and change and become better people, and some choose to rise up to that and some don't. No, I work in an office now, but the position is on campus. I wanted to know sort of how the interview would go, like if I asked to match my current pay or should I settle for what they're paying? Okay, cool. So please everyone, when you ask a question, just ask me what you want to know specifically. You know what I mean? We can get down to business. After Anahit is Rose, okay? All right, Anahit, let me take a look, okay? Let me look at them. It's okay. Sorry, I beat around the bush a lot. Okay, this is what I see. I feel like when you sit in front of them, I can tell you're going to be pretty intimidated. You don't need to be intimidated. They like you, they're interested in you. As far as asking for more pay, there's no problem to ask for more pay. Um, they probably will bluntly say we can't do that, but I don't see them having like they're going to look at you in any kind of way. If you're saying that you want it to match your current pay. Um, but I don't see them being able to. So if that's kind of a deal breaker on you taking the job, I feel like you got to be careful how you're saying it. If you're saying it in the tone of like, yeah, I would love this job, but I just don't know if you can match my pay, then that's probably not going to go over well with them. You know what I mean? Because they're going to be kind of like, well, we love her. She's great, but she wants more pay. So I just don't know if she's going to want this job. But if you're coming at them from a place of like, I love this. I want to do this. This is really my type of thing I've been looking for, but it would be great. Is there any way you can like match my pay? Do you see what I mean? And they're fine. They're fine with it. As far as how the job interview goes, you got to be talkative. You got to be engaging. You tend not to do that. You tend to be very more pulled into yourself because they're really, really trying to see what kind of person you are. Like, they just wanna see your personality if you're gonna get along. If I remember, you're kind of in the administration world, so they wanna see if you're gonna get along with everybody, if you're gonna be easygoing. So it's not just your experience, they really care about your personality. Okay, does that make sense? And Rose, you can go ahead and pose your question while she's answering me. Yeah, I am, but I'm a bit more expressive about myself. Be a bit more expressive myself. Got it. Adela, when we book a private reading, could we ask multiple questions? Yeah, of course. Of course, of course. These are little mini readings. When I do private readings, you can ask as many questions you you can fit into that time that you want to know. 100, that's what I do all day, every day. Okay. I just curious of what Zoltar's gonna say. If it's Zoltar, don't fuck with me like you did last time and embarrass me and tell Fontaine the opposite of what I told her, sort of, kind of. I think we're on the same page, but get it right. Okay, here we go. And Rose, you're up.
Hear your fortune from Zoltar. Sometimes you can tell a wise person not only by what he says, but also by what he doesn't
Why
say.
is he telling her to shut up
Remember,
today?
it is much better to say little than to say too much and regret it later.
What? He keeps saying the opposite of me. I told her to talk, and he's telling her not to talk. Listen, I'm turning you off. This was our favorite quote. 3 times. I mean, I'm turning him off. He said literally said the opposite. I told her to talk more. God, what a jerk. What a jerk. We're breaking up for now, Zoltar. The rice not nice. Okay, poor Rose. Okay, Rose, let me see your question. I saw it coming up. I wanted to see if you would be able to see how my car accident case is going, as the girl that hit me is still saying she's not at fault. Oh, that's the worst. That's the worst. I'm so sorry, Rose. Okay, let me take a look at this chick. Zoltar's just screwing me over. He's making me look bad. Maybe okay. I'm gonna try another thing out for Rose. I'm gonna try a different approach. I think me yelling at him was not a good energy. It was not good. He did not like it. So I'm gonna try a nice approach next time. Okay. Hey, let me take a look at the girl. Hold on. I feel like so when I see I'm sorry, Rose, to say, but she definitely is holding not to want to admit her fault. She's definitely holding strong on this. Um and I feel like she's not budging from that. So I feel when I see her, she just looks very stubborn, very set on it. And even the people working with her are like, you have to, maybe say something because this doesn't look good on you. But she's staying very strong. So I feel like if you're going to a court case about it, it's going to be tough because I don't feel like the evidence is as strong as you would like it, and I definitely see her holding strong onto not wanting to admit she was wrong. I'm sorry, I wish it was better than that. Hi, Eric. V. You know what I mean? So I just don't see it. I want to see it for you, but every time I see this vision, are you still having to pursue this case? Because I do feel like the more you pursue it, the more she's determined to shut it down, if that makes sense. And if you're going to actual court about it, if you're going to actual court, Zoltar woke up on the shaky side of the bed. For sure, Eric. being rude. Last time you told me that the judge was old school and that he would see how it is. Yeah, I was going to say that, are you actually going to the courtroom? And that's kind of what I was saying. You asked me, and I can't see your comment. Let's see. Yes, me and lawyer suitor. Okay. You asked me, would she admit? Remember? That's the question you asked me. And I'm telling you, she won't admit. So if you're going that's why I was asking you, like, are you having like a lawyer? Are you, is this actual like a case in front of a judge? Because that was going to be the next thing I was going to look at. But your question was, will she admit to it? And no, she will not. Will the judge still do, and things change, especially in court cases. I've even done this for myself and other people. Like, if the lawyer changes, if the judge changes, it changes the whole trajectory of things, how the future starts to pan out. I don't see that the judge is changing. I do still see what you're saying, but what I'm trying to say to you is, it's not like the judge can force it. You know what I mean? The judge can go on not believing her, but it's really up to your lawyer to make sure that he's all over it. You know what I mean? If your lawyer is coming from a place of, she says she doesn't do it, in her insurance and my insurance going to court. Yeah. So if the your lawyer is on top of it, of like saying, okay, she doesn't admit she did it, but we have bang, 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 this is going to definitely push it better in your direction. But if your lawyers are too slack about it, or kind of like not pushing it in that kind of way, then it could be a problem. But you asked me, is she going to admit it? And I don't see her admitting it. You see what I mean? So I feel like, in short, your lawyers have to be sharky as fuck to push this, like to really, really push it. So they break her a little bit, like get her to get confused and mix her things, because as soon as that starts to show, then the judge is old school, is stern, and that can work. Yes, I understand. I might have worded it wrong. Okay. So it's really, really just up for you guys to be like, we have this, we have this, we have this, we have this, we have this. And that pushes it more in your direction. But she's not going to fold. That's all I'm saying. So just don't let up. Just make sure that your lawyers are doing all the things. Is that make sense? Let's try to just make sure your lawyers don't slack, or your lawyer doesn't slack. I know this is serious. I feel like my lawyer is pretty sharky. I know you did tell me that last time as well. Okay. Okay, good. Yeah. But just don't be surprised if she's just like, she not meant nothing. Nothing. She did nothing wrong. I mean, that is her attitude. All right. I'm going to try a different approach for Rose. Can you please be nice and give us a nice saying for our friend Rose here? Give her something, okay? I'm sorry I yelled at you. I understand we're both psychics in a box. I'm in this box, you're in this box. All right, Zoltar? Okay.
Hear your fortune from Zoltar. The smallest good deed is better than the grandest intention. Take it from me, the great Zoltar. Intending shall get you nowhere, but doing, yes, that will bring you much, much reward.
That's better. First of all, he's telling me that I needed to be nicer to him. Second of all, this is good for Rose. So the idea is that your intention and what you guys are doing and what your lawyers are doing is going to help her out. Kind of, all right, Zoltar, we made up. I'm sorry. You're right. I shouldn't have been so mean. We finally gave, it worked. It worked, everyone. It worked. You can't yell. I should know better. I've had people actually yell at me for readings. You can't yell. You can't yell at readers. I've had people yell at me like, You said you're going to read me. Da, 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 da. Can you imagine yelling at a psychic?" And I used to always say, "Oh, that is the worst thing to do." And I did it to my friend Zoltar. I'm sorry, Zoltar. We made up. Anyway, I hope that made sense, Rose. And I'm sorry you're going through that. That's the worst. Those type of court cases suck so much. Accidents, court cases suck. I'm so sorry. Okay. Raise your words, not your voice. It's the rain that makes the flowers grow, not the thunder. Rumi. I wish there was a job where you could tell back at people. Retail could use that. Huh? Thank you, Adela. You don't need luck, girl. Just stay focused on it and tune in. Wow, Eric, we are not on the same page. Raise your words, not your voice. It's true. I wish there was a job where you could tell back at people. Retail could. What the hell does that mean? It's not luck, Rose. Stay in tune. Stay in tune to the energy and how things are going and where the energy is going and where things are flowing. You know what I mean? It's more than luck. Okay? Stay tuned into it because the future shifts. I meant yell back, but autocorrect won't let me write yell. Eric is coming from like peace and love and good positivity. And Anahit is like, I wish I could just tell him that. I get both of you. Thank you. It's just frustrating when she's lying and I know. I'm so sorry. It's the worst. All right, and they see me as a 20. Why? Someone please tell me how I can get rid of this like emojis options. It keeps stopping me from seeing people. Remove. I removed it. Oh no, I didn't mean to remove that. Oh my gosh. I removed your comment on accident, Rose. I'm sorry. It's back. This is so stupid. I did not mean to remove that. Oh boy. And they see me as a 21-year-old who doesn't know anything. Yeah, that happens. I'm so sorry, Rose. Stick to your guns. Stick to what you're doing. Trust yourself on it. And, she'll find out the truth. Thank you all so much for joining me. Go check out my latest episode on the house medium. I have a really cool episode coming up this week. Zoltar said, be nice. I know he did. Sorry, Zoltar. We made up. I'm going to get some more of those because Halloween's coming up. So they come out with all of the fun little things that I love, the phone ringing and all. I'm going to have some fun with that. Honesty is the best policy, Eric. Sometimes aggressive honesty is what it takes. Peace has to be a place, but so does chaos. Chaos brings change. Peace is love. Ooh, snap, snappity, snap, snap, snap. You both are right. Check out my latest episode, the butt pinching poltergeist, and you can watch me in real time on here on YouTube. I post my podcast episodes. You can watch me in real time sit through an earthquake and have an earthquake happen. So go check that out. Check out other things I'm doing, like when I'm going to be reading in person again in Burbank and all that other jazz. And thank you all so much. Don't forget to send in your stories if you have them. And thank you for joining me live. I'll be back Again, I come on at least twice a week. And you can always book a reading with me at AdelaLavine.com. Thank you guys so much. Follow yourself, follow no one. Listen to your inner voice. Listen to Zoltar. Have the peace, have the chaos, have it all. And I'll see you soon. See you soon.